Hello and welcome. This is rooflemonger, my friends. We got some positive news on the 2XKO front. So we're showing some new footage here for good reason. In the last few days, you probably heard a lot of negative things about 2XKO and Riot, as we reported here on the channel, with about half of the 2XKO active team being laid off. And since then, on the internet, there's been a lot of doom and gloom, a lot of just negative speech, a lot of wondering what's going on with 2XKO in general. A lot of people saying, oh, the game's dead, the game's done, this, that, and the other. And the reality is, no, that was never the case. As I reported to you in the initial videos, 2XKO will remain strong. Like, 2XKO will keep going on. There'll still be new characters, still be new content, still be esports, this, that, and the other. The team being downsized is impossibly unfortunate. No one wants that, but like, the game's not going anywhere. And this footage you're seeing here of these two new characters, or champions in 2XKO speak, speaks to that. Now, they're not showing it necessarily because of this, as like a press move. Actually, they leaked out earlier in the day, and generally the right way is if it leaks out, screw it, we'll just show it out anyways. And we will talk about them, but Riot did put out a statement while they're showing off the new characters, because might as well. And I will be walking you through everything in the statement so you can have a clear picture of what's going on with 2XKO for the near future. So we have this statement here. It's just a big old post from Unconquerable, who's one of the leads over at 2XKO. So the team at Riot would like to give you a quick preview of what's upcoming for 2XKO. They would like to make a video about this face to face, but the team is heads down and they want to have a chat as soon as possible. Fair enough given the recent events. The team is still fully committed and working hard on 2XKO, and we're doubling down on building for the FGC that loves this genre. A few weeks ago, it was mentioned that they're focusing on three things: duo play, core gameplay, and community and competitive programs. They are still big priorities for Riot moving forward, and they want to dig into them here. Regarding duo play, it's been amazing to see so many players discover how fun 2XKO with a duo can be, and we want to make that experience more accessible. They've been prototyping a local duo mode experience that will let you and a friend play couch co-op together against the world. They are still finalizing plans for the feature, but it's a top priority and they're working to get it out into the game as quickly as possible. On core gameplay, we've seen the conversation about what our core gameplay could or should look like in the future, and we want to clear up one thing. We love that 2XKO is fast-paced, allowing your reactions and creativity to shine while providing a ton of depth to dig into. The skill ceiling of the game is high, and that's where it's gonna stay. We'll continue making balance changes that hit outliers in the meta while keeping the sauce of every character at a high level. We want every champion to have defined strengths and weaknesses, and right now that's not clear enough across all of the cast. Yes. On community and competitive programs, we're looking to push how we support 2XKO tournament organizers and their communities in more ways. For the upcoming competitive series, the 2026 competitive schedule is going strong, and our next challenger event is at Genesis X3. Tune into the stream starting today and cheer on the best 2XKO players in the Bay. For community support, among other things, we're working on a program that will give local TOs access to exclusive in-game prizing, which can't be earned anywhere else. The goal is to give smaller TOs new tools to expand and to reward players for joining the local community. We're testing this with a few locals soon. After that, we'll start taking applications to join the program. On what they're hearing, we've also seen a few other conversations that we wanted to recognize. No major updates to share on these yet, I'm assuming, but here's a quick recap of what we are hearing. On ranked, we're keeping an eye on the edge cases that affect finding fair matches in the ranked system. Screen tearing. We've seen the conversation among console players about screen tearing while in-game, and we're working on an update to address this in the future. Thank you, please, it's really bad. Yasuo and Echo! These two characters are some of the sauciest in the roster, but we also see that their weaknesses aren't apparent. Editors note they're not apparent because they don't exist enough at the highest levels of play. Then we move on to the new characters. So Akali is next, definitely going to be tricky, ninja, like all the things that Akali is. And Senna, I'm assuming will be after her a little further out in the future, and we do have a little bit of a blurb on her, which we will get into in a moment. But just to close out the statement, I've spent a lot of time talking to the dev team and listening to players this week, and the messages of support and love you've sent mean a lot. Thanks for catching up with us, and we're looking forward to the journey ahead. See you in the lobby. So yeah, 2XKO's not going anywhere. Again, everything with the layoffs, is that as unfortunate as it could possibly be? Yeah, pretty much. But as mentioned in the previous video, their plans are the game's gonna keep going forward. There's gonna be new content going ahead. We can see the new characters. We have a first look at that, right? New features being planned. Esports ain't going anywhere. So like, it's all still here. Now, they did mention to me they'll make a statement. I don't know if this is that statement because they did say next week. This seemed to be addressing, well, while we're here, because we got to talk about Akali and Senna being leaked, well, put this out there. Like, that's my read on it anyways. I don't know for sure. But there's been a lot of doom and gloom, to say the least. But 2XKO persists. Like, that's the real story at the end of things. Now, all that said, since those characters leaked out and they showed us a little bit, let's talk about the characters. So Akali is next, and honestly, a really good way to shut up the people who just complain about the arcane characters nonstop, because Akali is one of the more classical League characters, and she's always been in the lineup. We're just waiting on her, right? And she looks pretty damn cool. So what do we get out of this here? Well, she is a ninja, and she can pull some ninja, vanish kind of stuff, right? So we got teleports confirmed for the character at a minimum. So Akali is rocking the Kama, the Sickle, and the Kunai, and also seems to have like a little bit of a rope dart attachment to it here for some of her normals, and maybe that might give her some extra range. The way she's spinning down looks an awful lot like Milia from Guilty Gear is what I'll say. And just closing it out here, just some fancy spins, you know, ninja spinning, sure, a little bit of a teleport action to close it out. So at minimum, looks like a speedster slash high mobility character that can probably be anywhere on the screen when she wants to be, which I think is what people would want out of the character anyways. So that's kind of a big win. Now, next we have Senna. So Senna will be further out than Akali is, and we do got some words on her. Meet Senna, who wields the power of light and shadow, blasts enemies with a massive cannon, then rushed them down in her wraith form. So potentially our first hard stance character where each stance does fully different and unique things. Now, I guess technically another rifle user like Caitlyn, but I don't know. It definitely looks like you can use this as a big club with big normals as well. I got a feeling she's going to be a little less precise than Caitlyn, if anything. And stuff like the big zaps probably, as you can see here, got some startup on it. So it's not going to be like a quick zoning kind of thing. It's the kind of thing that reads to me with the startup like, oh, this is +1 on block if you don't point blank in their face. Just a guess, just a read though. But you can see here when she does her big laser blast, there's like some green energy coming into you. And I think that's what feeds her stance. So once you have enough energy, then you can turn into the shadow form stance, and it looks like she gets a lot more aggressive here. Big normals, definitely a dive kick style move here that knocks down. So blast him with the big cannon until you get to be a nimble rush down character, and that's for however long it may be, and then back to cannon form. That's my read on it. And also, hey, we got an all new stage here as well. Given that Senna, I'm assuming maybe the Shadow Isles? But beat people up till you get enough juice to do your cool new rushdown form. I like that. That's the kind of character I would like to play, actually. I like things to aim for in a match besides just the usual hit guy in the head. So I think a lot of people would be happy with both of these characters, honestly. But yeah, so that's yet another 2XKO update. So we have an idea of some new characters, although when they come out, we don't know for sure. And yes, 2XKO is not going anywhere. And some other statements here, like Sean put out, that yeah, this game's kind of hard, and that's by design. The skill ceiling of the game is high, and that's where it's gonna stay. So a lot of the arguments of like, well, how are they gonna get the casual audience, blah, 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 like maybe they're not really aiming for it. Like if you get them, great. Like duos, I think will help bring in a lot of the casuals, but they're looking to make a intense high skill ceiling fighting game first and foremost. And I think regardless of your thoughts on like Yasuo or just various balance things, right? Like I think you gotta agree, like they definitely did it. Like 2XKO is a pretty crazy game. The big tournament of Frosty Faustings, the big debut, if you will, because it's finally 1.0, right? I think it proved that. Like this game, you can do some really fun stuff. And now we're rest assured, yo, this game is not going anywhere. I think we're going to see a lot more crazy stuff in the future and a lot more fun to come. So I report this not to necessarily glaze Riot in any way, because I think the layoffs suck, and I think they suck real bad. But as a reminder, just like last time, there's still 80-ish people working on the game. They're still there to put out a good product for you to play. The game ain't going anywhere. So doom and gloom, like unfortunate situations, I guess, but the game's still here and there's a lot more to come. And I figure this is very newsworthy, so I just wanted to report it in the video as it stood, because Some reassurance in an otherwise dark time is sort of kind of what needs to be done. But that said, my friends, that's it for the video. That's it for me. So thank you very much for watching. Hope this video has found you well, and go out and play some 2XKO.